Welcome to What Does This Button Do? It is an educational show about smartphones and tablets, and this is episode number 104. Edit that out so when we do it live on Wednesday or when it goes on to the...
So we are geeks who teach, and we think the best way to learn is in bite-sized pieces on a regular basis. So that's why we have this weekly show.
And if we keep doing it every week, maybe one week we'll get
it right. You can always find all our content on our website, geeksontour.com.
Yeah. Please visit our website there. All right. What do you got going over there? Nothing yet. She's new at this. Well, it is the Christmas season. But you are a geek.
Let's be honest, you are a geek. The other reindeer won't play with you.
Oh, well. All right. So, Chris, where are we now?
We are back home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, but we were in the RV for a week last week. That's why we didn't have a show on Sunday. We were presenting live to the Central Florida Computer Society.
Yeah,
and
fun.
We were staying in the RV, so we are still RVers.
Yeah.
We just have a townhouse also.
And it's a lot of fun. So here on today's show, we have an opening tip and all about our December
special. This show is a little bit different because it's all about
the same thing.
It's all about our book. We have a new trick up our sleeves. My book. I wrote it. He built it.
But we do have a beginner's lesson. We'll talk about
the book.
A walkthrough, and we'll do a closing tip, and it's going to be about Picasa. We're going to flip the whole thing where we talk about smartphones and tablets, and we're getting away from computers, but we still need to use them, or we want to use them. So Picasa is still the tool. So if you have questions during the show here live, you can put them in the comments in the chat, and we really appreciate you guys watching live. So put your questions in there too. By Wednesday afternoon, this episode will be posted at thebuttonshow.com, and you can leave your comments there too. All right. So we want you to download your free chapter now. What's that about?
Yeah,
Chris?
we want everybody to have this book. So on geeksontour.com/free chapter. If you fill out your name and email there, you will be subscribed to ongoing tips about photos and Google Photos in particular. And the first email you will get immediately is a link to a PDF file that is the entire first chapter. And as you're going to see, the first chapter is an overview of the whole thing. So it's really valuable.
Yeah.
And we're mentioning it right in the beginning here because if you feel like it, you could go sign up right now and download it and follow along with us. Especially if you're watching this recorded, just pause for a minute, go download your free chapter, and you can follow along as we do our walkthrough.
And we do invite you to become a member. Just go to geeksontour.com, that's our website, and click on the link to become a member.
Our December special is the book, the printed, spiral bound and autographed.
Handmade.
See, now the book is available on Amazon now, and feel free, that'd be great. Go buy it from Amazon.
And read it and leave a
review. Yes.
That'd be really cool.
But the way they do the printing at Amazon is a flat bound. If you get it through our special, you will get the one that Jim puts together, and it's a spiral bound, which I just think is so nice that you can open it and leave it flat. You can fold it all the way over to a certain page so that you can play with your phone at the same time that you have the book in front of you.
But it's a lot of work for me, and I'd rather you bought them.
Come get it from Amazon, yeah. But for the month of December, Merry Christmas, we are bundling the book with our USB drive that has our entire learning library on it. How big is that?
That's an 8-gigabyte hard drive, and it is chock-a-block full with over 450 tutorial videos, a couple of our shows, all of our books, 7 ebooks are on here, and the show notes for the first 103 of these button shows.
So in essence, that is our website on a thumb drive.
Right, and you don't need an internet connection to check out anything that's on this thumb drive. All the books, all the videos, they're there. You don't need an internet connection, and that's really great for our friends who are in RVs or have a limited data plan.
I remember one person who bought it said she was going on a repositioning cruise. She was going to be on a steamer.
Okay, no internet.
Across the Pacific. So she knew she was going to have no internet, and she said, this will be great.
Right.
It will take up, I wonder if she ever did it. Yeah, I wonder how many hours she did. Okay, so I want to show you a little bit of what's on this thumb drive so you get the idea. There are tutorial videos, like 450 of them, and 36 of those are specifically on Google Photos. There's show notes, all 103 that we've done so far are on there, including the 6 shows that were devoted to Google Photos. So all those notes. Ebooks, there are 7 ebooks on there, and I'll show you that, including Mrs. Geek's Guide to Google Photos. So the entire ebook is on this thumb drive. So if you get our special for $49, you'll get the printed one, but then you'll also get the ebook on the thumb drive that you could, you know, give to somebody else. That's fine.
And this is just a table of contents of what's on the thumb drive.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a booklet. It takes a book to put the table of contents of what's on the thumb drive. There's also a few pieces of software on here, such as Picasa, which you can't get from Google anymore, but it's on here. Okay, so I have one of these thumb drives inserted into my machine, and I want to show you a little bit of it. First, let's just look at what it looks like. On my machine right now, it is the E drive. So there's all these folders. The folders that have subject names like Blogger, that means that those are all the tutorial videos on how to make a blog with Blogger. And there's the Google Photos one, and say 36 different tutorial videos, each roughly 5 minutes. But here is, under what does this button do? Here is where all of our show notes can be found, from 1 through 103. And we've written up the notes on every one. Now I want you to realize the value here. We are now selling show notes for $1.
99 cents.
99 cents. For show notes. You know, if you are a member, you have access to all our show notes. But if you're not, we are now offering the PDF for $1. So this thumb drive with 103 show notes, that's $103 right there.
Nearly.
Have I made? So let's show you one. I want to go to, let's say you remember that we did something about printing, and you didn't care at the time, but now you want to print from your Android or your iPhone. Here are the show notes right here. It's a PDF. Just double tap to open it up. And here are the show notes. You can read through them. You can print them if you like. And how to print from my mobile device. It depends on your printer. And the notes go on and on.
And those numbers on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that is a link to the place in the YouTube video. So this was one of our shows, 45, 50 minutes. And let's say that, yes, you are interested in understanding how Google Cloud Print works. And here's where we do a demo. You read the notes and you say, well, okay, I think I get it, but I want to see where they actually did it. You click on where it says 2916, and it takes you to YouTube right at the place where we start talking about or demoing how to use Cloud Print.
That's great.
Yeah, so And I am talking here. You know, this is the YouTube video. You just can't hear the sound from the video on here. So every set of show notes has that. And what else do I want to show you? I want to show you the ebooks. So I'm just going to travel back up to the beginning of the thumb drive and look at all these folders. And here's one called ebooks. And there are 7 of them. And here is Mrs. Geek's Guide to Google Photos.
The latest and greatest version.
Yep, from December 15. Now, most of these are a bit older. Most of these actually, let me open up one of them. Let me open up this ebook for iPhone, iPad. And you may have never heard of this before because these are the books that we use when we do a hands-on class.
Right, these are our workbooks.
So it starts out saying, this booklet is intended to accompany a 6-hour hands-on class.
But they're great standalone, too.
Well, you know, it wasn't written to be standalone, which is why I make sure to, you know, you might have to watch some videos that go along with it to really understand. But people who have taken our hands-on classes have said that the book was the most invaluable part of it. So you get 7 of these in on the thumb drive. And then, of course, the main thing that you get is the tutorial videos. So let me go into Google Photos and like 448. I say there's a really short one. So notice I just double tap on it. I mean, double click on it. And it starts playing. There is no internet required. This is playing right from the thumb drive. And this particular one shows you exactly how to find out in your Google account what is using up your storage. All right. We're not going to show you the whole thing, but I do want to just show you one more, and that is Picasa. Now, Picasa, in case you're just joining us in the last few months, maybe you don't know that Picasa is software for your computer for managing all the pictures on your computer. And it was our specialty for many years. It has been retired, but retired does not mean dead. And for example, as we'll show later in the show, collages. Using Picasa on your computer to make collages is just better than anything else I've ever seen. And we have, 9 tutorial videos just on making collages with Picasa. So that is what you get with the USB drive. Our entire learning library is what we call this. Okay. Anything to
No questions. A couple of people said that they've read the book already and enjoyed it. Ron says he's put a 5-star rating on Amazon.
Oh, thank you. Those 5 stars are very important.
And Robin, your books are in the mail.
Okay, back to this.
And we do invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are at youtube.com/2geeksontour. You can also get to us with Geeks on Tour TV.
TV, yeah. I think we should start pushing that one.
Okay.
Because it is TV.
It is. That's where we go. What do we got next?
Well, now I'm going to actually do a little bit of a walkthrough of the book, let you see what's in it, what you get, and I will focus on the chapter 1 because that's what you can get for free, and then I'll tell you a little bit. So one of the things, I really worked hard at trying to make this valuable for everyone. You know, what we do all the time is teach people how to use these devices. And everybody's a little bit different about, some people really need the explanation. And so many people, though, just don't have the patience, care about the explanation.
Not
Just tell me what to do.
has as much patience as me.
As you, yeah, right. So I came up with what I'm calling a quick checklist. At the beginning of each section, I stifle my normal desire to have the beginning building blocks and explain and understand why this is, and I go straight to the just tell me what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each section has a quick checklist. But then I do go into discussion. Some people want to understand the reasons behind it. There are some videos right in the book. We do that by using QR codes. So
we'll show you that.
You can scan the QR code and watch our videos. Then, well, if you've been watching the show at all, you know that I love review questions. You know, just so you've been listening and understanding, but did you get what our main points were? So we have review questions. And then because of a special pre-release group of people on Facebook, it was recommended that I come up with a flow chart. So there's a couple of flow charts in here about the process of using Google Photos, and I'll show that to you.
Real geek stuff.
Real geek stuff, yeah. Okay, so we're going to use the document camera. Oh, is there anything else? Oh, no. I want to say a few more words, and that is that this is a living book. Google Photos is a web-based product. It is strictly cloud-based, meaning it changes with no notice. You'll just go to Google Photos and some things will be different because they've updated it. So how in the world do we write a printed book that can keep up with that? I put a lot of thought into that, and I call it a living book. Number one, our printing process, we do not print hundreds of books. We just don't. We use Amazon's Create Space service, and they print on demand. So at any time, we can just send them a new original and they can start printing that. So we also use QR codes, and those take you to a web page, and we can change the contents in that web page anytime, which I've already done because the Google Photos editing features changed just a couple weeks ago. So I removed the old videos from the page that the QR code takes you to, and I put on new ones. And lastly, there is a whole companion website. Actually, let me show you that first. There's a whole companion website. All you do is go to Learn Google Photos. Oops, I have to spell it right. LearnGooglePhotos.com. And here's information about the book launch, what you're watching right now. But notice this one right here that says the book. At the bottom, on this page, I'm keeping a change log. So I note that 12/16 was the first public printing, and I've already found an error and noted that. So I will continue to note changes, errors, anything. And then after a certain number of those collect, we will do another printing. And you can always find the print date of your book on the last page, on where it says how to learn more. Page 104 has the date of your printed book.
If you're lucky.
Okay. Now let's go to the book and show you a few things on it.
Okay. That thing cranked up. There we go. So there is the book, and a very detailed table of contents. Every chapter and every subheading in a chapter ends up in the table of contents. And I do a little bit of chatting in the beginning for introduction. Here is information on how to read the QR codes. And then comes chapter 1, quick start. And my goal here
is for chapter 1, honestly, to be the only thing you absolutely have to read, because it tells you how to get set up. And here are those quick step checklist that I talk about, because the first thing that you absolutely must have in order to use Google Photos is a Google account. So I say you need a Google account. If you have an email address like @gmail.com, then you already have a Google account, but you better know the password. And my recommendation is go to google.com on a computer and sign in to verify that you know the correct username and password. Then here's what I call the discussion. And an extra little point, think ahead when choosing a Google account. I know someone who used her account from work, then changed jobs and lost access to that account. She lost all those photos. Don't let that happen to you.
Please don't let that happen to you.
So I include lots of practical tips. You know, this is not an academic book. Now we'll go to the first QR code. And I want to scan that for you and show you how it works. Wow, it did it so fast, I didn't even get to put the phone under the camera for you to see it. So you just open up your QR code reader and get that on the screen, and here we go. And notice that this is not just one video. This particular QR code is about installing the desktop uploader, and I have one video for installing it on Windows, and I have another video for installing it on Mac. And you can play that. And these are on YouTube, so if you want to find the actual URL, you could watch that on your computer, but it's perfectly fine to watch it right on your phone. So that's the QR code. And just while we're going through the book, let's learn one thing about Google Photos. How about that? This one, because a lot of people ask me about this. Add descriptions to your best photos. Open the desired photo, click the I button. All right. So what's that mean? We open the Google Photos app, open a picture, and if I want to write something about that, it's the I button. And then right where it says add a description, that's when you can type whatever you want. 40 Lauderdale Beach. And that's it. Now, anytime anybody taps on that I, they will see Fort Lauderdale Beach. So that's, hopefully you'll find every part of this book with a little quick steps, just that easy. Now let's look at the flow chart. Can people see that okay, or should I bring it up on the screen?
I don't know.
I have the original set up here. Maybe you want to go to the screen. So this was really fun for me to put together. I'm not an experienced flowchart maker, but I reviewed this with several people and they said it did help. So here's the flowchart on how to get started with Google Photos. Number one, you must have a Google account. So if yes, you do, then verify that username and password. If not, then sign up for a new account. Next step, do you use a mobile device? Yes, then you need to install Google Photos app, turn on backup and sync. Do you have another mobile device? Yes, then repeat the above two. If you do not have a mobile device, then you go down to this decision point. Do you have pictures on a computer? Yes. Well, install the desktop uploader, specify where your pictures are on your computer, the source folders, and then just wait while they upload. And then you're ready. Your photo library can be viewed on a PC, a Mac, or mobile device. So that's the flowchart. All right, and back to the book. And then here's review questions. Let's try a couple.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No.
In order to upload all photos taken with your Android or Apple iOS mobile device, you need to install what app?
The Google Photos app on your mobile device.
That is answer B. Very good. For unlimited storage, Google Photos gives you unlimited storage for all your pictures, but only if you choose what size setting?
The high quality size setting.
Yep. And multiple devices. Google Photos can only show you pictures on the same device that was used to take those photos. For example, on an iPhone, you can only see photos that were taken with that iPhone. True or false?
That's false. And the whole idea for Google Photos is to have those pictures available and videos available on any device.
And videos, thank you. I always forget that. All right. So let's say you go through this quiz and you want to know if you got them right. Well, right here it says check your answers at geeksontour.com, quiz 1. So if you just type that URL in, you will see all the answers there. Okay, so that is chapter 1, taking us to page 30. But then there's chapters 2 through 15. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time going through too much, but there's a couple of. So, for example, gathering pictures from old prints and slides. For years now, actually, I have been just taking pictures of pictures. Don't need a scanner. But as it mentions here on page 32, Google now has a new app, and I think I want to show you that. It's called Photo Scan, and it's a free app. You download it from your App Store or your Play Store. And it allows you to take pictures. So here's an old photo album of mine. And if I just snap a picture of a picture, what happens?
Well, you get a lot of glare. You're going to get the edges. You're going to get a lot of extra stuff that you might not want.
Yeah. So Photo Scan is Google's answer to that, and it really is pretty cool. Let me find a good one here. Yeah. There's me in my mama's arms.
You want me to hold that?
I'm a little baby. Okay. And then actually, I want to show.
She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Did I lose? Okay. It's called,
together,
yeah,
Chris.
well, I'm debating as to whether or not I want to use Reflector. And I think I do, because I want to see it working. Right. So we have the ability to now to show my iPhone on the screen, and then you'll really be able to see everything that's going on because it's a lot clearer. Okay, so you should now be seeing my iPhone through my computer screen, and I have this app called Photo Scan, and it's right there at the left. Yeah, right there. Photo Scan. And what it does is you get a picture focused on it, and you tap the shutter button once. And then you get these 4 circles that I just kind of lasso with that open circle, one at a time. And it's taking multiple pictures. Now, there was some serious glare there. I wonder how that's going to come out. And there's the photo that it took. Not bad. Not bad. There's a little bit of glare over on the left there. But that's really not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
And I can adjust the corners. Notice how it automatically straightened the pictures up, you know, the perspective. But if I wanted to crop out that glare, I could get in closer here. Yeah.
And then you can use all the other tools to edit and to make it look better.
Right.
Filters and those types of things.
So I just took that picture using PhotoScan. When I tap on Save All, I can now go back to Google Photos, and we will see the photo that I just took. Well, we should. It takes a minute, but there's the ones I did the other day. You can see. So whatever you took is in Google Photos. Ah, there it is.
It takes
I just wasn't at the right place. Okay, so
Even
there's the
worse.
photo I just took using Google Photos, and I can use the editing features and maybe make it even better. All right. So that is PhotoScan, and that is one thing that is mentioned in the book. Okay, and I think I am done with the walkthrough.
Robin thinks that's a cool use of reflector.
You like that?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I really wanted to. Yeah, it's nice.
When it works.
It is very nice.
We had
Yeah.
some problems with it crashing before when we've used it, but hey,
Not this week.
this has been good.
Yeah, Reflector
wood.
2 is how we, and
We'll do a
Yeah.
special on that sometime. I think
Sure.
that's a good tool.
well, not too many people really have the need. Just
Oh,
teachers.
everyone needs it.
Other teachers are interested in how to display their phone screen on a bigger screen, but all right, so we demoed the book and we showed the flowchart. So how do you get the book? We think you should get it with our December special.
We think so.
We do. We
More
do.
work for me.
It is just a great deal. Our
It is. It's
entire learning
fantastic.
library on the thumb drive, plus the printed, spiral bound, and autographed.
And if you want a special inscription, I know the author. I can have her do something special for you.
So what you do is you just go to our website,
Geeksontour.com.
geeksontour.com, and the store. Right there, store. And there it is, Google Photos book, December Learning Special. This is ending on the 31st. Now this is just December's special. And if you want that free chapter, if you want to try before you buy, you just go to geeksontour.com/free chapter. Fill out your name and email. That will subscribe you to a mailing list of Google Photos tips. And the first email you get immediately will have the first chapter attached.
Okay, if you're already subscribed, then you might have to send us a note.
Oh,
We'll
and
talk about
also, thanks for mentioning. If you are a member already, you have the ebook. It's there. If you
The entire ebook.
You have the entire ebook. Yeah, all members get everything.
That's
And
the benefit
it's
of membership, isn't it?
It's just on the Google Photos tutorial video page, and you can download the book there.
Okay.
There.
I'll put that on there. Any questions about that? Okay. Bill wants to know if you will let people know they can change the date to the photographs to the original date. That's a great point.
It's on page. There we go. I just turned the page from what I was showing, and there it has on page 34 how to changing dates. And changing photo location too. Now that one's a little bit tricky. You can't do that. Here is one place where I still have to use Picasa, because you cannot edit the location of a picture using Google Photos, but you can edit the date.
What a great segue.
Yeah, that was great.
So we do invite you to like us on Facebook. Go to our Facebook page and click on like us. All right. Our app of the week. How about that? It's not really an app, though.
No, it's not.
It's an application program for a computer. It is not for your smartphone or tablet. So don't believe anybody that says they have Picasa on their phone,
yeah,
or on their tablet, because there's no such thing. There are some tools, though, to get your pictures up, but we think that Google Photos is the right tool to use. You can do other things with it too, though. So
right now, Picasa is retired software.
It is. It's not expired. It is retired. So a lot of our friends are retired and not expired. We think that's
you can no longer get the Picasa software from the official Google site.
But we have it on the thumb drive and we have it on our website.
For members, yes. For members or for owners of the thumb drive.
Okay. And Chris wrote the book on Picasa. She wrote the Beginner's Guide to Picasa a few years ago, and it is
it's still available on Amazon.
Available.
Yeah. This is a
and the ebook's available on the thumb drive and of course on the web to all members.
This is a museum piece here.
A collector's item. Because
it includes a DVD in the back that has our tutorial videos for Picasa on it. Memories.
Okay, but what's better with Picasa?
Oh, I go to Picasa all the time still if I want a collage.
Yeah, it does the best collages that I've seen for any tool.
There are actually some pretty cool tools, even on your iPhone. We should do an app of the week on some of those sometime. No. But I prefer to make collages on the computer. So this one on the left here is what Google Photos made. You select the pictures, you click the plus, and you say make a collage. Google Photos can do that no problem. But what you see is what you get, and you cannot change a thing. So I pick this, I download those same pictures to my computer, and there's a video on that, and use Picasa to make them. And I can, I can change the aspect ratio. You know, notice how the one from Google Photos is square. The one from Picasa on the right here is wider than it is high. I can make sure that the long picture is in the long spot and the best picture is in the biggest spot. So let me just show a second of Picasa. So I'm on a Windows 10 machine and I have Picasa. I just click on Start, search for Picasa, and there it is. And I make collages all the time. Here's that one. So I could right now, and notice what's the biggest thing that is on this collage that you cannot do on Google Photos?
Adding that
text, yeah.
Now, there are some tools on your mobile device to add text to your pictures. And Snapseed is probably my favorite now.
Yeah, there's still plenty of tools. I mean, if you really want to do this on your phone, there are tools. But if you've ever been a Picasa user, it's still there, and it is still the best way of making collages. So here, if I should decide that I want the RV in that big spot, I can just drag it over and they swap places.
So easy.
Or if this tortoise is the most interesting thing to me, I can swap those places and swap those places. And then if you want complete control, you go to something called Picture Pile. And I can even decide to make this picture be the background and then get it off. And then I can just arrange the other pictures. You know, you have complete control, whatever you want to do. and I use it all the time. And then when you have a picture done, and I can put an outline around those so you see them. When you're done, you can upload it to Google Photos. So Picasa and Google Photos still do relate to one another. You can download pictures from Google Photos and work with them in Picasa, and you can upload pictures from Picasa and they'll be in your Google Photos library.
Beautiful.
And that's in the book too.
Okay.
All right.
Back to the slideshow?
Yep.
Good deal. So collages are better with Picasa.
Yep.
Whether you think so or not. Well, did you learn something? I know I did. Well, Chris, what is the link where you can sign up for a free download to the Chapter 1?
geeksontour.com/free chapter. No spaces, free chapter.
The $49 December special includes a printed copy of the book, plus a USB drive that contains 103 show notes, 450 plus tutorial videos, and what?
7 ebooks, including Mrs. Geek's Guide to Google Photos.
Okay. Mrs. Geek's Guide is for experts with technology, beginners, or professional photographers?
Beginners. Now that said, some experts and some professionals might find something that
will learn something from
but it's aimed at beginners, beginners with technology and beginners with Google Photos.
And the companion website to the book is what?
LearnGooglePhotos.com.
And we invite you to visit there. How do you add descriptions to photos using Google Photos?
Open the picture, tap on the little I for info, and there's a place to write a description.
Mm-hmm. And Picasa is better than Google Photos at doing what?
Making collages.
Just how we learned it.
We love collages.
All right. Well, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our weekly shows?
geeksontour.com, and the menu item is weekly show.
And the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters, all free.
geeksontour.com, the menu items, blogs and articles, newsletters is under there.
Okay, and the benefits you get by joining Geeks on Tour.
Our complete learning library of prepared tutorial videos on our website, asking questions in the member Q&A, show notes of these, what does this button do show, some discounts on products and services. Check that out. If you go to your member dashboard, you'll see a coupon code for discounts. And you get the Google Photos ebook if you are a member.
You have a Google Photos book? All right. Well, we do invite you to become a member. That's something that everybody should do, and that helps us get through these holidays. Next time, we will have a live show on January 8th. We will not have a show next week. It is
next Sunday is Christmas Day, so we're not that bah humbug. We will spend the day with family around a tree.
And we do wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you.
Now, we haven't decided. We might still do a show on New Year's Day.
We might do a New Year's show.
But we promise to be back by January 8th.
We might be a little hungover or partied out. I don't know.
Are there any apps for that?
I don't know.
Any apps to fix a hangover?
Well, here's another question. Can Snapseed be combined in Google Photos collages?
You mean a photo? Yes, a photo that you edit in Snapseed and save will be available to Google Photos.
And you can work with it.
And you can work with it in Google Photos.
There. Okay. Well, we'll post this show on Wednesday to the buttonshow.com website. Watch for that notification for our next show. Let us know you're watching. Leave questions in the comments. Stay in touch with us because we're always anxious to hear from you guys. And that's it for this week. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we're Geeks on Tour.
Keep pushing those buttons.
We'll see.
Especially the one that says bye. Bye here.
Bye here, bye now. Wow. Well, thanks for watching. And we're out of here.